When your wives suggested couples therapy, do you think that this is what they had in mind?
Definitely. I mean, we're a couple of couples, right?
Bill, Ted, enough of the delusions. You didn't time travel, and you didn't go to heaven and hell. Here's a real idea for you. Be role models to your daughters. Get real jobs.
Bill, we've spent our whole life trying to unite the world, and I'm tired, dude.
Ted, we have a destiny to fulfill.
Whoa!
Greetings, my excellent friends. We have a problem.
Step forward. A song created by Preston Logan, performed tonight, will save reality as we know it.
Oh. Dude, we better write that song now. Or why can't we just go to the future when we have written it?
And take it from ourselves.
Except, won't that be stealing?
Cheers!
How is that stealing if we're stealing it from ourselves, dude?
Dude, our dads are totally in trouble. You should help them out.
No way! How's it going, Bill and Ted?
We're putting together a most extraordinary band. Hey, you want to be in our band? Oh,
this is ja fantastisch. We're gonna go talk to Death. Is he playing hopscotch by himself? Dude, he's cheating. Hey, Death.
Life, it isn't the wild stallions.
Let's rock!
Be excellent to each other.
And party on, dudes.
Billy! Dance! How you doing?
well, you know, we're dead and we're in hell.
But how you doing?
We're good.
I'm going to watch 30 movies, a movie each day in June. It's day 1 of year 8 of movie month, and the podcast will start soon. He's going to watch 30 movies, some good films and some lowbrow. Year 8 of fans, not experts, movie month, and the podcast starts right now. Year 8 of movie month, that much you already know. Year 8 of movie month, and now it's time for the
Ready for the adventure of a lifetime? It's time for movie month. It is my 8th annual movie month. in which I will be watching 30 movies in 30 days, and I almost backed out of the driveway and hit a car today, and this would be the last show right then, 'cause maybe I would have to deal with insurance or be in the hospital. The car's in neutral. What the hell's going on? I shouldn't be recording and driving, but here we are on movie month. Whoa, 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 wee wah. Welcome back to movie month, baby. It's year 8. Can you believe it? Can you believe it's June already? Can you believe it's June 2021? I know some years you'd be subscribed to this podcast and you wouldn't hear from me from June to June. You'd almost maybe never hear from me. And that is so different this past year. I think after June ended, I did all these little side projects with Joggist and Batman and Marty McFly and Superman. And here we are, finally back to the main show, the home. It just feels good to be back. With those other projects, or at least the Marty McFly and the Joggist, you're watching the same movie every single day, and you're trying to think of things to do. With this, it's great because it's a different movie every day, and all you got to do is sit here and talk about it. Not always while you're driving. I got the air conditioner cranking in the car because it is June and it's not hot out. It's only about 70 degrees, but in the car, we got the sun, baking in, and my dog here in the car, right? You're right here. And so it's a little warm. So I figure, got to get the AC going. I watched a movie today, this morning, because on June 1st, today it's a Tuesday, but I actually had today off, vacation day, and I have Friday off, so it's going to be nice 2 early movies, but then I got to work Wednesday and Thursday. Ridiculous. But today I watched for the very first time, because you know the rules, you can never have seen this movie before, Bill and Ted Face the Music from 2020. I remember being so excited for this movie, not because I thought it was going to be some amazing movie, but just because it was happening. Something about it happening just made me happy. I don't know how to say it, because you think of Keanu Reeves now, you think John Wick, or you may think The Matrix, and guess what? We're getting part 4 of both of those. But you think of, he used to be, he used to do this silly kind of dopey stoner character. He did it in a couple movies, and he was, hey, whoa, what's up? That was the old Keanu Reeves. And then over the years, he became more of a dramatic actor, action actor that, in various levels of success. But then, of course, he found, his the role he was born to play, Mr. John Wick, and he's just, killing people left and right. And he already had the long John Wick hair. All you got to do is shave the beard, and boom, he's, Ted Theodore Logan all over again. I just never thought I'd see the day where he'd be like, yeah, I'll be that idiot again. Sure, why not? And it was something heartwarming about that the film was getting made, that Keanu Reeves was reprising his role. That just made me happy. I don't know, the Bill S. Preston Esquire, Alex Winter, he's done stuff. He was in Bill and Ted movies. He was in Lost Boys. He's directed some movies. I saw he did a documentary on Frank Zappa. So I'm sure he's done other things. I'm sure he has. But, you see his face, you think Bill and Ted. You see Keanu Reeves' face, you might think Neo. You might think John Wick, especially with the long hair. You might think Speed. You might think The Lake House. I don't know. But for me, the first thing I ever saw him in might have been Parenthood, actually. Was he in Parenthood? I think he was. But the first thing you really remember him in is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I saw that movie with my brother and my friend Johnny from grade school. I think we were in 7th or 8th grade. This would have been 1989. So I think it was before 8th grade. So I think I was in the 7th grade, or maybe right at the end of 7th grade. I'm almost positive this is how it went. We had to do a project on the House of Seven Gables. And my parents, my brother, Johnny, and I went to see the House of Seven Gables. Then afterwards, we went to a mall, and at that mall, we saw Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I'm almost positive that's how it was. And then a couple of years later, they come back with Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, which should have been called Bill and Ted Go to Hell, if you know the history behind the movie. And then nothing for years and years. There was a cartoon, that they actually, I think, played the actual voices for. But then this is what I believe happened. The cartoon had them as the voices. Then there was a TV show made, basic cable syndicated show with 2 actors who then they brought in to do the voices of the cartoon, which again makes no sense. And then Bill and Ted kind of went. I don't know if there were comic books. There probably were. And you always heard, or you always saw little rumors of Bill and Ted 3, Bill and Ted 3, Bill and Ted 3. And it wasn't until that first photo of seeing Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves in the phone booth that I was like, oh my God, it's happening. And they did. Look, was this a life-changing movie? I'm not going to say that. Did I enjoy it? Yes, I enjoyed the hell out of it. Was it fun and exactly what I expected and kind of heartwarming? Yes. Was it PG-13? Yes. That was weird. How did that get PG-13? Was it because of some of the violence of a robot man killing people? Because that, I guess, is violent. But they didn't even die. They went straight to hell and they were completely themselves. They got to see Death again. Death is really good at the bass. And we got to see some old characters. We got to see Ted's dad, who was the police officer who Ted, he, what the hell is it? He possessed in part 2. That's the word. And he was like, totally, dude. We got to see Missy. I actually love that the opening was their Missy's wedding. Missy, who was their babysitter, then they asked to the prom. Then a couple years later, she married Bill's dad. Then she divorced Bill's dad and married Ted's dad. Then she divorced Ted's dad and married Ted's brother. And they had Bex Bennett from SNL came in to play Ted's brother, Deacon, who was a character in the original movie. He's the kid who had to take Napoleon and hang out with Napoleon while they went out throughout time. So that was kind of funny. Then they're both cops now, the dad and the brother. And it was the same actor playing Missy, different, as I said, different guy playing Deacon and the same dad. And that was really it as far as the same actors, except for Death, of course. William, I can't believe I'm freezing on his last name, but the same actor played Death. What was funny again is their 2 wives, which are the princesses from the original Bill and Ted, are 2 different actresses. I'm not even sure if either of them are British. Oh, my dog just slipped. She's okay. I'm not sure either of them are British. One of them I knew from Glee. The other one I recognize. I don't know why, but I recognize. But these are definitely not the same actors from the first one or the second one. They had 2 actors in the first one, 2 different actresses in the second one, and now 2 different actresses in the third. These are like the Griswold kids. Every movie, there's a different set of them. But I knew even going in. Now, this is spoilers. The whole thing is they were supposed to write this music to unite the world, but then we find out they need to write the music to save place and space and time. So Bill and Ted go throughout their time looking for them in the future. They go to look for them when they actually wrote the song. But if the time ended, why would there be a future? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Who cares? It was still funny. They got to go to future Bill and Ted's to find the song that unites everybody. But I could tell even in the trailer when they kept saying Preston and Logan wrote this song that it was the 2 kids, their daughters. And I also like that at the end of Bill and Ted Bogus Journey, they said, this is little Billy and little Ted. And I like that now they go, oh yeah, remember we used to call you little Billy and little Ted? And it's, they're 2 girls. I mean, in the original, you were led to believe they were boys, and now they get 2 daughters who did a pretty good, kind of impersonation of Bill and Ted. They kind of had that, yo, what's up? Like the same thing. One of the actresses I recognize from a bunch of different things. What's that game? Ready or Not. She's in that. And she's another thing where she was dramatic. I can't remember. And I can't remember her name either. I'm really bad at this. But you know me, I just hit record and start talking. And then the one who played Keanu Reeves' daughter, she did a really good, kind of impression the whole time. So the basis of the movie is Bill and Ted are going throughout time, going to their future selves because they need to fix things. They need to find their song and fix their marriage, because they come to find out that in the future their wives aren't with them. Their wives go through all time. It's all over the place. And the daughters, they have their own time capsule. They go out throughout time to put together a band. So this is kind of a callback to the original movie, where instead of going throughout finding characters in history to do a report, they're finding musicians through history to build a band. We got Louis Armstrong. We got, was it Mozart or Beethoven this time? Mozart. We got Jimi Hendrix. Then we got Kid Cudi, who was like, he's a current rapper. Is that what you say, rapper? Hip hop artist. And he was like, well, he's in the band now. And then they had a flautist from like ancient times in Japan, I want to say. And then they went back to caveman times to get this drummer, this female drummer. I don't know if that one was made up, if there's any history of some kind of famous drummer, but they seem to know. These girls are music nerds, so they knew where to go. And then they came to the future to put the band together, but at the same time, the future realizes that, you know what, maybe the only way out of this is to kill Bill and Ted, so they send a robot back, and the robot actually became the funniest part of the movie, because he's sent to kill Bill and Ted, but he keeps accidentally killing other people, and he's looking around nervous, and then he's like, I have a name, and it's was it Dennis Caleb McCoy or something like that, and he kept saying it, and the way the guy was talking, I thought it was this one actor the entire time, this Devine, Adam Devine, who's like Workaholics. He's been in a bunch of different things. You'd know him if you saw him, but it wasn't until the end that I saw in the credits that it was friggin' Anthony Carrigan, who is NoHo Hank from Barry, and he was from Gotham, Victor Zsasz. This guy is awesome. He's great in everything he does, and it was hilarious seeing him play this character. Like, he was like, oh, hey, he's trying to be part of the band. He's trying to be friendly. It was just like, it was like an insecure robot. It was so silly, but it was so funny. I laughed a lot in this movie, and I realized it wasn't like, it didn't, I saw a couple of reviews on IMDb, user reviews, like, oh, they should have left the past in the past, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I don't see it that way. I see this as kind of just a fun little celebration that, it kind of got screwed by COVID. I mean, look, obviously the world got screwed by COVID, so you can't feel bad for movies when you look at the real world. But at the same time, this was getting good reviews. It was getting good critical praise as far as being this reboot, this third movie, and it got a little shelved because of COVID. It was just on demand, and then I didn't get to see it on demand. I actually waited a whole year because I was too cheap, unless it didn't come out in time. I think I was just too cheap to rent it. Or I forget exactly when it came out, but I was like, nope. If I have to rent it next year, I'll rent it next year. But it's a movie month movie, and I decided weeks ago, if not longer, that this was going to be day one. So much to the point that the art that you see on this episode and the art that you see on the website or on Instagram at Geek Mentality, I made that weeks ago. This whole day one was planned. From here on out, I have movies I want to do. I have no idea what I'm going to do tomorrow. Like, I don't know the exact movie. I knew today's movie, and I was excited and looking forward to watching it. Only 92 minutes, so really short movie. And the other two were too. So the other day, as I said, I watched these movies growing up. I enjoyed the soundtracks. They had a lot of the bands I listened to. And I said to myself, you know what? I need to revisit these. The first two movies are on HBO Max. On Saturday, I watched them both. Short, easy. They're like, there's nothing, sometimes you think of time travel or you think of these, some movies you think, oh, that didn't make sense. It's like making sense is not the point. There's no problem with Bill and Ted running into future or past Bill and Ted. It doesn't matter. It's just about these two goofy guys who I don't even want to call stoners, because they don't, like, they talk about it. You don't even drink, Ted. And they're like teetotalers. But they're just goofy, lighthearted, like surfers. That's really they kind of are. They're just the California surfer dude that are just like completely always positive, even when they're terrible. Their band is bad. They're playing open mics. Like they always try to stay positive. But in the future, you start to see that it start to wear on them. All right, I just don't want to hit this car. Okay, good. But I mean, what else is there to say? It was just fun, and I knew the daughters were going to be like some people. At one point, I thought, oh, they're just going to hand it off to the daughters. Bill and Ted are barely going to be in it, but that's not the case at all. They had their own major thing that they were doing, and the daughters were doing their thing simultaneously. So there was like the A and B plot going back and forth, and that was completely, it was like equal time. And wow, there are a lot of people at the rail trail today. It's Tuesday. Doesn't anybody work anymore? I'm just going to make sure I don't crash my automobile. Turning in. I'm not going to leave the car until I'm done, though. And I'm going to leave the car running because of the air conditioning. I really like it on. So pulling in. This is the Salem, New Hampshire rail trail. I'm going to go for a nice little walk right now. But no, yeah, Keanu and Alex Winter were a major part of this movie. It wasn't just handing things off. They had a little kind of nod to oh my God, I can't think of his friggin' name. The comedian. George Carlin. I can't believe I couldn't think of that. They had a little nod to him. He was in it for 1 second, just like a hologram of him. And Kristen Shaw played his daughter. And the actress, I don't know who she is. She's the mom from 2.5 Men. She played the his wife and Kristen Shaw's daughter. So Kristen Shaw kind of played the George Carlin part in the movie where she was. Oh, what's all this? Getting this crazy. Maybe the space time continuum is messing with me. All right, I think I fixed it. So, day one of movie month, I would say, is officially in the books. I really enjoyed Bill and Ted Face the Music. I just really enjoyed that it happened. That's really my main kind of emotion. I don't know, the feeling. I think we're done. We're not going to see Bill and Ted 4. I would assume we're over with. They united the world. We saw the song. They fixed space and time, and there was no after credit thing. I don't think. My goodness, did I finish the credits? Now I have to go back and see if I finished the credits. No, I did. I think. Oh my goodness, I don't know if I did. Well, I'm going to go back anyway and look. But that has nothing to do with movie month. That has nothing to do with right now, because right now we are done. There's a nice little birdie. I'm getting this crazy interference in the recording, so I'm going to finish up here, folks. But this is the professionalism you are coming to expect from recording a podcast in the car. Movie month, day one in the books. 1 movie down, 29 movies to go, 29 days to go. I am pumped. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what this year brings. I know some movies. I don't have any idea about other movies, and I'm sure movies will pop up that I was not expecting. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing Friday, but we have a few days before we get there. So let's see what tomorrow brings, right, my friends? All right. Until then, until tomorrow, we did it. We're back, year 8. Let's do this. Day one edit. Really quick, I just want to say I didn't finish the credits. I, for some reason, paused it and walked away and never turned off, went to a different tab on my computer. So I went back and I finished the credits, and there was an after credit scene, of course. It's just really old Bill and really old Ted one more time in their nursing home, rocking out with a little guitar. Meant nothing to the story. This is pretty much, you'd have to think, is the end of Bill and Ted. Just one little swan song on the way out. But as I've said before, it was just nice to see. It was fun. It was kind of a feel-good movie. And even at the end, just seeing them rock out playing guitar one more time, that was it. Okay, now, officially, here is my theme song. This is my podcast. I made it. Geek Mentality's what I named it. And I think you should listen and subscribe. 'cause I'm kinda funny and awesome. I think that I'm worth your time, and I'm kinda handsome. My mom says, please listen and please subscribe. At least listen to this episode.
Fans not experts.